That was fabulous, girls and guys. That was wonderful. Jack has been with us a couple of times. I don't see him today. Jack came in the other day and he said, with all the talent in here, you should start your own label. Something to think about in the future. All right. Nope, I need that. Today I'm awake. We've been working this month on trying to shift these subconscious and almost primal programs that we go through in our world. And the first week we talked about the value of choice. The second week we talked about the value of creating an environment for your inner Christ to grow. And then last week we talked about the idea of heaven and earth being one. Everything we do being a part of that heavenly consciousness. So today we want to look at bringing all of this together. I want to start with a quote from Buddha. A Brahmin saw the Buddha resting under a tree in meditation. The Brahmin was impressed with the Buddha's way. He asked, "Are you a god?" "No, Brahmin, I am not a god." "Are you an angel?" "No," replied the Buddha. "You must be a spirit then." "No, I am not a spirit," said the Buddha. "Then what are you?" "I am awake." Beautiful, beautiful words that we can totally attribute to the Buddha saying, can we not? His whole life was a dedication to loving and knowing God. Beautiful to think about, beautiful to hear. What does that mean to us? What does that mean to us? Most of us wake up in the morning and we don't awaken with a fresh start. We open up our eyes and right as we're turning off the alarm clock, we subconsciously say, where are my perceptions of life? Let me put on all the expectations and perceptions that I have about what my life is going to be. And then we put them on. We know our work is going to look like this. We know breakfast is going to look like this. We wear our expectations, whether good or bad. Why? They keep us safe. Our expectations keep us safe in this world. Have you ever bumped into somebody when you're starting your day and you can see their eyes and they've got that stagnant, okay look in their face, and you know they're already in their day. And we can see they're going, okay, I'm ready, I can handle this. And we call that being prepared. When you see somebody with that, okay, I've got this, look in their eyes, we know they're prepared. And what is preparation? Preparation is going over every single scenario possible of what could happen, seeing what you're going to do if it happens, and now you're ready to go. All of those actions are based on your personal perceptions, personal perspective of life. It comforts us. We know exactly what's happening. When you come to church, you're coming to church to hear God. When you come to InterQuest, you know you're going to be greeted, you're going to be handed a bulletin, someone's going to hug you. You know that. You're going to come in, there's going to be some singing, and there's going to be, a little divine dip, and then there's going to be a message. And we expect that. We expect that for a Sunday morning. We prepare ourselves for that Sunday morning. We know that this is how it's going to be. But what if it was just a little different? What if things were different when you walked in the door? What if it was an opera and every word was being sung? What if it was an opera and you were asked to sing along? Would you listen to the message that was said? Or would you have some thoughts of judgment in your head? What if it was an opera? What if it was an opera? Are you awake yet? how startled you might be. And visitors, we don't normally do this. But you picked the perfect Sunday. But feel, you're awake now. You're awake. Something totally different has shattered your perception of what's going to be.
Yeah.
You're awake. One Sunday, every fifth Sunday we do plays. And one fifth Sunday, I was standing here introducing the play. And there was a young man that came in and out of our church periodically. He was kind of a regular. This is about 6 or 7 years ago. You don't know him. He is not present. So don't be surprised. So I'm introducing the play, and he gets up. He's sitting about where Sandy is. He gets up, and he walks out. And I see him walking up the path. And I went, okay, well, we did our little play. Well, he was there the next Sunday. And as he exited, I gave him a hug, and I said, I saw you leave last Sunday. Were you okay? And he said, I just didn't want to see a play. I needed a message. And I said, you missed a heck of a message. Because all of the plays have messages in them. That's why we do them. But because it wasn't what he expected, it wasn't what he had in his vision, he left. And, went about his journey, and he's a good kid. But how often do we pass by something that would be fabulous for us because it doesn't meet our expectation? And this is what they said. How much do you miss in your world for that very reason? Because your expectation is something else. The very answer to your prayer could be in front of you, but it's not what you envisioned. Being awake, this is the definition I was given. Being awake is living outside your expectations of life. Being awake is living outside your expectations of life. The universe is always trying to wake us up, but they can only do it at our current level of consciousness. You know what that means. Therefore, some of us, our wake-up calls look like challenges. If your expectations and your level of awareness only allows you to truly see and truly be awake when there's a problem in front of you, guess what the universe brings you? Problems. Because that's the only time you step out of your comfort zone to try to find a new way of doing things. Now, I know you will tell me that you're not that person, but I will tell you 90% of the world is that person. That is how we're programmed. What do they teach us in school? How do they teach us in school from elementary on? Solve the problem. Oh, it's story time. Oh, great, there's no problem. We love story time. But what do we do during story time? We sleep. We let our minds wander. And I know you don't do that on Sunday morning. I know you hang on every word until there's a big aha and your crown chakra explodes. That's okay. Being awake. All right. If you are one of those people who has traditionally used problem solving as your apparent marker to move forward, you can shift that. Be awake to it. Ask for something different. Be awake to it. How many of us wake up and say, oh, God is going to bring me a present today and I can't wait to see what it is? Catherine! Not a good percentage. But think about it. Is not our world every single day filled with gifts for us?
Yes.
Every day. What if we woke up every day and said, oh, I can't wait to see the gift God's bringing me? What would our focus be on? We'd be looking for the gift. We'd be looking for the good. We'd be so ready to receive. They ask us to remember the name of God. We did a service on it several times. In the Old Testament, when Moses is talking to God, it's been interpreted as, God said, my name is I am that I am. In the Semitic language, the Semitic interpretation, that was the language they used, the interpretation actually is, I am all that you will ever need. I am the sustaining supply of your existence. I am the fulfillment of your dreams. God. If God is the fulfillment of my dreams and the sustaining supply of my life, do I not want a gift every day? My gift. And if I get my gift, doesn't that help my brother get their gift? Think about it. If I say, oh, no, God, I don't need that gift. Oh, no, no, no. What am I telling the whole world? Oh, don't receive your gift. Don't receive your gift. Feel with that. All right. 2011, we have started this year. This is our year. It's our year of outrageous expectations of good. And it's because of all the shifts that are going on around us. When we looked at the year ahead, and I was talking with Spirit, and it's like there's going to be so many changes. And if people don't focus on good, those changes are going to be abrupt and startling. And we need to use the energy for positive. So have everybody say outrageous expectations of good. This is what we want. And now we're halfway through. And haven't we seen a lot of changes? And how many of them can we take in and say that was fabulous and wonderful and good? And how many times were we caught off guard and couldn't see the good in the change? You see? As we set our expectations, outrageous expectations of good, we can bring that in. Living a year of movement. We're living in a year of movement. We could change our affirmation to outrageous expectations of God. How's that feel? Outrageous expectations of God. How fabulous is that? You know, I wanted to share with you a little bit about Jesus. This is out of Jesus, Teacher and Healer. Why don't we expect? Why don't we expect? We all know the story about Jesus walking on water. In this book, White Eagle is giving us a little bit of an explanation. I want you to hear. We want you to understand that for Jesus, working from the creative plane of spirit, it was possible by changing the rate of vibration of the atoms to change the water into another substance, as in this instance, he changed it into wine. Okay, that makes sense, doesn't it? Jesus could alter the molecular structure of the substance so he could either make water into wine or he could walk on water. We all go, yeah, that makes sense to me. I can understand that. Now, when I see Jesus, I'm going to expect that he can walk on water. Because I understand from a little bit of background, a little bit of hypotheses here, how he did it. I can't do it. But I can understand it, therefore I can expect it. We don't expect because we don't understand. When we can't duplicate something, we can't expect it to return again, can we? In our own mind, we call it an anomaly. Because I don't understand how it happened. So this is what I was guided to share with you. When we have a miracle in our world, we call it a random exception. This is an exception. It won't happen again. My mortal mind did not create it, therefore I cannot duplicate it. And then we put the two words down. Expect is to call forth. Accept is to eliminate, isolate, or make small. They are the same letters. E-X-P-E-C-T. To call forth, to expect. E-X-C-E. Did I do that right?
No.
E-X-C-E-P-T is to eliminate. A simple shift of letters shifts everything. A simple shift of letters. If you live with exceptions, exceptions to the rule, where is the power? In the rule. If this is an exception to the rule, I am living by the rule. So, do you want to have outrageous, do you want to receive outrageous exceptions from God? Or do you want to receive outrageous expectations from God?
Sign me up for expectations.
What if it was an opera? Everybody. What if it was an opera? That was great. That was great. How does it feel?
Very good. Now you know the spaghetti direction was so good.
All right. If we live with the perception that it has to be my way, or it has to meet the vision that I have, I'm going to stay in the world of my past and my limited ability to create. That's why you know why we're addicted to entertainment and to stretching our minds and reading books and seeing TV? So we can get a new brain, a new idea in our brain. I need something different in my life. Let me watch a TV program. Okay, that's not it. Let me read a book. Okay, that's not it. We're trying to stretch our brain so we can create something different. Whereas the newness is available every moment from Creator, from God.